Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I'm FVL, and for those of you that have been around a while, you'll be wondering two things. One, why am I whispering? Well, it's 2:30 in the morning. My neighbours are downstairs. And two, you'll be thinking, hang on a second, why are we getting this video and not the usual every weeks? Well, this may actually be part of the every weeks. For those that don't know, the every weeks project is a thing I'm doing that's inspired by Beeple's everydays, where Beeple posted a picture every day because he wanted to get better at drawing. I wanted to get better at visual storytelling. Now I have ideas and I'm like, oh, I can do these, but I want to allow them to breathe and I want to have more time to do them. And I was like, oh, well, what can I do instead? Because I'm okay with putting out, say, like mouse shit or like cat size shit, but not really like elephant size shit projects. And then I came across this video. Okay, editor FVL here. Really quick side note. I learned something during this process, and it wasn't how to tell stories better. It was that in OBS, if you have a stinger transition and that has audio on it, there's no way to adjust the volume of that, nor is there any way to adjust what audio track it goes out on if you have multi-track recording turned on. So enjoy my failure here from a channel called Ray and Jordan. So we've got Jordan on the left and Ray on the right hand side of frame. And I was like, And I saw their video and I saw the intro and I was like, actually, I feel like if I go through and try and re-edit this to make it a bit more exciting, I could possibly help myself and also help these guys because, and I'll tell you for why. One, they seem to be new to editing, which is totally fine. We all have to start somewhere. And two, well, let's just take a look at how long it takes to get into the original video.
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Ray.
Let's go to like 30 seconds and see whether we get any context. So we got any context?
Written, directed.
No, we're still not into the video. Let's go to like 50 seconds and see whether we're any closer to the start of the video. Let's take a quick look.
Have all the good vibes over here. Jordan, my handsome, delicious boyfriend, go ahead and tell our viewers what we're doing today.
I'm going.
A minute and 2 seconds before we even get anywhere close to finding out what the video is going to be about. Now, in the modern day, nobody is going to stick around for this. So I decided, let's try something different. Also, one of the other things before I go into the new intro that I gave for this video is they talk about liking and subscribing and like all of the different things that they do in the intro. Now, this is fine to mention the things that you do kind of in an intro, but not as the first thing, not least of all, because it's been proven that by mentioning liking and subscribing at the start of a video, a lot of people don't like that and they will just switch off. However, if you mention about liking and subscribing towards the end of the video, well, those people have already stuck around, so they're more likely to be inclined to want to support you and to help you. Now, let's move on to the new intro that I did. So this is how I started off the intro.
NCUTI GATWA.
Already way more impactful, but let's carry on.
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Ray.
And I'm Jordan.
Also, just a quick side thing before I let this play on. The audio bed, like so the music, I haven't added that in. That's already on the video. I can't get rid of it, not easily anyway. Like I say, it's already in the video that I downloaded, so I've just left that in.
And thank you so much for clicking on this video. Jordan, my handsome, delicious boyfriend, go ahead and tell our viewers what we're doing today.
I'm going to be
So it's 14 seconds where we're getting the explanation about what's going on. So we already know it involves NCUTI GATWA, so it's probably going to be Doctor Who related. The title of the video mentions the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials, and we're about to be told what it's about.
viewing the 60th anniversary special episodes of Doctor Who with some input by Ray. Alright, let's get into the video.
Transition.
David Tennant was...
So that's the start. Now the transition is an interesting note on the transition as to why I left it in, because I didn't add that in. So their channel seems quite small, so it looks like they're still growing and trying to figure out their style. And it seems to me like Ray on the right hand side here is the person doing the editing from some context clues while I was going through this. And I was like, because they're both doing things and they're new and they're experimenting, I was like, what is this who they are? Now for me, I would not use that transition at all. And if people enjoy it, if people like it, fine, go ahead. But for me personally, I would not use that transition in an edit. And again, this isn't me kind of dogging on them. Again, this is just more of a learning thing. And to be honest, when I've made videos in the past, I've used transitions like this. Then I've looked back at those videos and thought, what the fuck was I doing? Much in the same way with a lot of my photography in the past, I look back and I'm like, what was I doing with the edit? So we'll learn. So again, this is a learning process for it. Now, there's a couple of things in here that I did. Most of this, it just involves J-cuts, just to kind of shorten down those little things because you can save a lot of time. So I haven't focused heavily on J-cuts, but this was the thing, and it was about like 20-30 seconds of stuff in the beginning where I was like, that's not really needed because, okay, so this is another learning moment for me in terms of storytelling. There's a bit of context missing here where I don't tell you that I'm about to show you how the clip originally starts out and why I decided to take certain bits out. So here's that for you now.
So for me, it was so nostalgic to see David Tennant and Catherine Tate back as the Doctor and Donna.
So you see there, that's one thing that I've taken out because I'm like, actually, it's not needed. That bit about you being, the reason why I don't leave in it about it being nostalgic is because you later on in a second you mention David Tennant again.
One of the first episodes I remember ever seeing with him was The Voyage of the Damned, the Christmas special from like 2008. That is till this day one of my favorite episodes. So to see David Tennant and Catherine Tate back.
There we go. David Tennant and Catherine Tate back. Mentioned again a second time, so that's why I left it out in the first instance. There's a little bit of context like that seems like it's missing when you first hear it, but then David Tennant and Catherine Tate, you're like, oh, it's good to see him back. See who back? Like if you haven't seen the very first bit, you're like, oh, who? Oh, those two. Cool. Also, another thing as well, I shortened this this meme that they used in the video down as well.
I
just
was
this.
sat.
I'm sat.
I have been waiting for this.
Just it was too long. It was too long, and there was also a whole section where Jordan is talking to Ray. He's like, "Oh, I want you to put in like a meme," and it was almost like a recording, like almost like behind the scenes thing. Now that may be something that Jordan and Ray, or Ray and Jordan, want to leave in, but for me personally, I was just like, let the meme be the meme. Allow that to happen. You don't need this thing like at all. Don't say that. So one of the other things is what? Let me just skip forwards because like I said, a lot of this was just J cuts, right? One of the reasons why I'm jumping through this is because I want you guys to go and watch the original video, and if it's okay with these guys, for me to put this video out, I will put it up there, just to help them. I'm going to send it to them. I'm going to send them a message and be like, can I send you a video, just as a thing that might help you. But at the same time, I don't want to show the entire video in this because it's just rude kind of to do that. So let's jump forward. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll play this section here, and the following bit I want to show, just because it highlights the effect that was used to show the behind the scenes thing that I mentioned earlier on.
Well, what are some of your like favorite parts of the TARDIS or about the TARDIS? And these favorite parts, I guess, from the hospital vibe, maybe like that.
Yeah. One of my favorite things was the built-in coffee maker on the console, but Donna's dumb.
So this bit here, this effect is what was used, right? So I left that in because again, I wanted to leave a little bit of their like humor and their kind of visual style in, just to see if it's something that people like, right? So this is another thing that I kind of went in and added in some motion graphics. Well, not motion graphics. Transform effects, should we say?
But are we surprised? It's Donna. I mean, I don't expect anything less from her. That wasn't a shade, by the way.
So that there, I added in as well, just as a little like, because Ray's face is like, so I thought, well, let's punch in on that, and add in some, motion blur just to give it a bit of a lovely effect. We'll go from there. So there we go. And one of the other things that I really enjoyed, I think it's here. So there's that. No, let's go further on. I think it must be here. Okay. So there's a section here where Jordan's saying about Bernard Cribbins, I believe it is.
I would rate the Star Beast blue yonder. This episode.
Oh, okay, no. So he wasn't mentioning Bernard Cribbins. Oh, actually, just as a point. And I know it's because they're not from the UK, but Jordan says Bernard Cribbins Bernard Cribbins. No shade, guys. Jordan. But it's Bernard. Bernard Cribbins. Not Bernard. He's not posh. Bernard Cribbins. So, this was another thing that I added in. So, Jordan was saying about how much he loves horror Doctor Who episodes. And I thought, let me add this little okay, so this section here.
I love.
So for me, I was like, okay, I like this, but can we do more with it? What can we do to do more with it? And I was like, well, let's go back to Fusion. Let's jump back into Fusion and use Fusion again. So this is how I interpreted that scene and kind of added a few bits in just to make it a little bit like, just that little bit punchier, right?
Out of all 3 specials. I love.
And the reason why I like that is actually the second one when it goes over to Ray's face, because it's almost like the emote itself is almost like Ray's just shocked. It's like a shocked love heart. It's almost like Ray's like, what's going on here?
Love.
And then you see Ray's just like stone cold face. That's one thing as well that I will mention to Ray and Jordan. One of the things I did notice that for the first part of this video at least is Ray doesn't really speak much in the video. And one of the things that I think would be beneficial for yourselves, I can see you've got the table here. So you've got this table here, down here. Now, and obviously you've got bottom of frame. So for me, pardon me, what I would suggest doing, get a bit of masking tape, align that with the bottom of your frame, and then maybe have some like notes for both of you. And Ray can then look at those notes and go, oh, this might be a point when Jordan says this or mentions this, I'm then going to ask this question or this question. So not only does it help both of you remember and you can keep the video short and snappy, but it also means because you've got the points there, Ray can be like, oh, I'm going to ask this question, and then we can easily jump back in to where we were. And you can still have those, what's the word? Oh, no, not innuendo. Improvisational moments. Yeah, you can still have the improv and the improvisational moments where you just talk and chat and it just flows naturally. But at the same time, it means Ray hasn't got to wait to feel a bit more comfortable in the recording process to then get involved with the video. Now, let me just quickly scrub through, because I think a lot of this now, again, was just... Yeah, so for the most part now, it was just J-cuts and cutting out unnecessary footage. Well, unnecessary in my mind. And again, I'm willing for... And I actually want Ray and Jordan to be like, thank you very much for this. There's certain bits we do like, there's certain bits that we don't like. You cut that out. Actually, we don't like that you cut that out. We left that in on purpose because of X, Y, Z. And this is what I want. I want this to be a thing, so I can be like, oh, actually, yeah, no, that does make sense. So this is, I'm going to play the end of the video for you. Like I say, if you want to watch this video, please do go ahead and watch the video so you can see it. So this is the end, and I'm going to play the end in full.
I'm a very happy camper.
Yeah, like, I feel like you find the good in it.
I do. I don't try and look for negative things because that might just ruin it for me.
Yeah.
I look for positive things.
You find the things you like and you kind of let that shape your experience rather than the negative things.
And yeah, those were my thoughts on the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials. Let me know if you agree or disagree, because I would love to hear your guys' thoughts too. I would love to hear anybody's thoughts on these episodes, because it's really fun to discuss these things.
Yeah, let us know.
One of the other things, just quickly, before I go towards the end, so bear that in mind what you've just seen. So let me go towards the end of this.
Love to hear anybody's thoughts on these episodes, because it's really fun to discuss these things. So let's get the conversation started in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
So that's how it happens in the original, and I was like, I'm not feeling that. So I just took that out, and it's a small thing, and again, it might be the sort of thing that they're like, no, actually we don't like that. But for me, this
it's really fun to discuss these things.
Yeah, let us know any of your thoughts.
That to me just feels more natural. Now, one of the biggest things that I did, because there was mention of liking and subscribing. Now, I've left out the subscribe part because I didn't want the end to be too long, but they had like a nice end card, right? And I was like, okay, cool. So this is what I've done with the end. Now, let me just play it from here.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. And since you're here, please click that like button right down below. It's the thumbs up button. It only takes a second and it helps our channel out a lot. And you know what they say, 10 years of good luck if you click that like button right down below. And you do want some good luck, don't you?
So that was originally at the start of the video, but I was like, do you know what? Like, let me take that 60-second call to action, or that small part of the call to action, sorry, put it towards the end and incorporate it underneath that card. So people are like, oh, hang on a second, there's more here, and then hopefully they see that.
Click that like button right down below. And you do want some good luck, don't you?
So the little eyes and that little kind of like laugh and that little kind of smirk laugh from Jordan. Now, the rest of this video is going to be for Jordan and Ray. I'm gonna message them and see if I can send them it in some way. I'll probably just ping them a link on YouTube. And if they're okay with me posting this video, I will go ahead and do that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this. I've learned a lot going through this and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and what's okay to remove and what isn't okay to remove. And actually, sometimes you're just like, no, this makes sense, because if I cut it too much, it's going to be like very bitty, you know? So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you learn a little bit out of this, as well as, because I've learned a bit as well, and I hope you've learned something out of this as well. Thank you.